You realize your hair is like a quarter of an inch long, right?
Yes, but I can visibly see
Okay.
the like prior tuck thing happening.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it.
I totally understand because the last several podcasts, my hair was growing out gray.
Wild.
I had to dye. It was also wild, but it's also because I was trying to mask the gray with hair.
Ah, yes.
Like a toupee. It's like a too gray.
Too gray. Oh, all right.
That's
ready?
how we're starting this podcast.
That's how we're starting. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to talk about a support group and the importance of having support in your life around everything we do, right? But before we begin, you got anything to plug? I know this is coming out on the 31st.
Coming out on the 31st, I just came off a show in Riverview, allegedly. And hopefully
it did went well. It went amazing.
I killed. Great.
I definitely showed up for sure.
Man, you still haven't seen a show. It's actually getting ridiculous. No, it's coming on strong, coming on hot. I can't remember. September 9th, Rustico. Can't think of anything else right now. What about you?
I mean, honestly, I've really been slack. Hopefully I have gotten to the gym at least once this week. Or been on a hike. I have been trying to do hikes. Me and Andrea did one out towards Alma and the Funny National the other week, which was really cool. It went really well. It was it was fine until the end, where the end went down into like a riverbank, but it was like 108 stairs down.
Hate that.
And it wasn't like one of those loop ones. You had to turn around and come back up.
I wouldn't have done it.
No, it was at the end. I could not do it. I had to finish.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, no.
Well, we all know how I feel about that. I would have not done it.
But that kind of leads us into our topic. We might as well jump right in because
sure.
I know that if I was by myself, I probably would never have done that. But Andrea is super supportive. She is probably one of the most supportive people I have. So she was there. She's like, well, we'll get down, we'll get up, and we'll take our time. We'll get through when we do. So she was supportive of me, like stopping every like 10 stairs to go, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was hot too. It was down in Alma, but yeah. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Andrea is a hugely supportive person of so many people, not just her dear loving husband.
Very much so.
She's actually just a wonderful human being. And, speaking of hiking, I might as well throw in a plug where Andrea works.
Yeah, our buddy Colin, who was on the show a couple weeks ago, I don't know how many weeks ago now, finally opened his store. They haven't hard opened yet, but they are open down on Ludlow Street on the west side. If you're looking for hiking gear, definitely.
Or any outdoor gear. Like they've got lots of cool stuff I keep seeing online, and follow their page,
Whips Adventures. Yeah, my wife will be the one working there, so you can just say hi to her.
Yeah. Send a message to us through Andrea. That'd be kind of fun. She'd love that.
Oh, she would love that.
She loves getting messages for Isaiah.
But yeah, no, have you been in there yet? No. It's becoming really nice in there. I mean, he's got some really good beef jerky and some trail foods and stuff. So yeah, it's getting together. I'm super excited for him.
I'm excited for him too. This has been a long time dream.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of support system, so you have your wife and you cook together sometimes, and you like and encourage each other.
Yeah, for sure.
On your journeys, and that's wonderful. And having a spouse would be great, but also having somebody who works against you is worse than being alone.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah. If you had someone working against you, that's not supportive, right? That if someone actively like pushing you against things that you want to do or
anything that you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. What's the point at that point? Especially if you like live with them, like,
oh yeah, like
terrible.
Yeah. And I think that happens frequently. If somebody changes any behavior, and you hear this with people who quit alcohol or quit or change their lifestyle in any major way. Actually, Courtney had that conversation when she was on the podcast, where the person who you fell in love with and started dating, they actually haven't changed and they haven't done anything wrong.
Right. But you have changed.
You've change and you're improving yourself. And it's not just about being supportive. It is about being supportive.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the same thing because that would be boring if we were all the same. But you do have to not like, oh, come on, you were more fun when you used to drink, or you were more fun when you made unhealthy snacks.
Yeah, right.
Except you'd probably say that differently. But, and it would be near impossible to maintain if you're in that environment.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And it's a little bit hard to exist in that environment even if the person isn't willing to do a little bit to change. Like if you're trying to not eat as sugary things, and the person's like, "No, I'm down in this giant thing of sugar every day. Screw you."
Right.
That would be hard too, right? It's even if they don't make a little bit of adjustment in their life for you to help you, support you, and vice versa. That works both ways, right?
Well, yeah, that's what we keep using the same
loving
words.
And supportive,
loving, supportive relationships are like, and they don't have to be a romantic partner either. Like I have incredible support systems in my life that have helped me through some major times, and people who listen to me anytime I call or write or whatever. And I've got a very great support system. What I find I lack is there are very few people in my life, and there are a couple who give me the right kick in the ass, which I do need because I've talked about this before. I come off like I think things through really well sometimes. And I'm generally reasonable, so it's easy to just nod along sometimes. And there's some people who can just be like, cut the bullshit, just do this.
As we discussed last week, you are a people pleaser, and that's a trait of people pleasers.
Yeah.
It's just, no worries, I'm good. Yeah. Not wanting to bother anyone.
Right. And sometimes the support comes in like an effort to change a lifestyle and do that sort of thing. And sometimes the support comes in like more subtle ways, like making sure you're comfortable in any kind of situation.
Yeah, for sure.
And I actually find this kind of cute because I've grown so accustomed to just being like, no, everything's fine. Even if I've like wedged myself on the side of a chair and I'm sitting so crooked that my back is hurt. Or things like that. And it's when people notice, not notice in a bad way, but like are just aware of it and do it in kind of a subtle way that they're just like, hey, do you want to just go do this thing instead? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Or and not just like, are you okay in front of a group of people? Because that's also stressful. But like just checking in is a great thing. Just anyone that like having those people that are just like, even if it's just a, hey, how's it going? Kind of check in every so often. Like, I know that I have friends that I don't talk to very often, but like when we talk sometimes it's just a random message. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Or I thought of you.
Yeah. Right. So those are like, that's still semi-supportive.
Like I don't need somebody to like make my meals for me or anything. I mean, I would take it, but I like, and the flip side of that is you don't want them to be overly involved either.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes that's additional pressure that is not helpful. Cause I've talked about this before, but like having the experience one time of a couple of coworkers coming up to me while I was working in a public facing business and saying, we're really concerned about your weight. That's not actually supportive.
No, not really. It comes from a place that is attempting to be, but it's not. Yeah,
I know, like I recognize it as coming from a place of love and concern, but it isn't.
But yeah, no, I find that we talked about like going to the gym and that kind of aspect of it too, and where you need to have the group thing, which is also kind of a supportive group, right? It's everyone goes the same time every week and does this like same activities, and they're there to support you and you're there to support them.
Absolutely.
And lift them up, and it helps motivate you go further, right?
100%. And genuinely happy for you when you accomplish something. I'll never forget. And I taught like, it was like one of the highlights of working out for me is when the first time I accomplished a box jump.
Yeah.
And literally it took somebody holding my hand to do it. Donna, God bless her. And she's not like she picked me up. She's 5 feet tall, but like she just held my hand, said, you can do this. And I did it. And that's the kind of support that is so needed, because I am a person that does need to push. You're an incredible sport. The 2 times that we've done those 5Ks, you're one of the best people around, because you're so patient. You're so patient, more patient than I probably deserve. and just like, no, you can do it. Like and then also recognizing when I was like, no, this isn't a matter of,
it's I am done now.
This isn't you just whining, Caitlin. This is real. You also respected and recognize that, because continuing to push when a person really is tapped out.
Yeah, understanding that it's okay, it's time to actually go. Yeah, I get that. And I think for me, my gym experience is a little different. I don't necessarily want to go to a class.
No.
But I think I'm thinking now, like, I think if I had just someone that's like, hey, we're going to the gym, I think I'd probably go to the gym more.
You're such a social person that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Even though when I'm at the gym, I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to put my headphones on. I want to just do my thing. But I think if I had someone that was like, hey, we're going to the gym, I think I'd probably go more.
Yeah. Like, cause it's an activity together, even though it's separate. Yeah. I get that too. And even though it's close, and I know, and maybe this isn't true for you, and it's because of the state that I'm in right now, I hate the idea of walking to the gym and then working out and then walking home. I'm like, somebody like, yeah, double the workout. But I'm like, no, just let me do the one thing.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's the walk back. It's not bad. It's the walk there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard time sometimes motivating myself to get up from whatever I'm being entertained by at the time.
Right.
Stopping that and going to do a thing and then come back. And I have a hard time doing that.
Right.
Unless someone's there to support me and be like, hey, we're going to do this.
Right. And the other thing, and I didn't mention this on the last episode, when I go to the gym by myself, if I make the habit, I'll probably continue to go, but I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get on the elliptical for 25 minutes. And then I'm like, 17 is good. And whereas in a class, I am absolutely influenced by like the group mentality of the whole situation.
Yeah, I'm bad for cardio like that. Yeah, that definitely is a problem when it comes to cardio. When it comes to weights, though, it's like I'm gonna do this many sets with this many reps
because I like it.
Just but I don't. Cardio is not the same.
No. There's a lot of good enough for cardio for me. I also only do the bike. I don't do anything else when I do cardio. I like the elliptical. Well, it's not like I've been going to the gym lately, but I like the elliptical the best because it's the easiest on my joints. I find the bike easiest for me. Yeah. I don't like the treadmill's terrible. I hate the treadmill. Treadmill is the devil. Yes. Although we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I still do think if I had one here in my office, I probably would use it more. Not running, but walking, just like a nice get a walking kind of thing. Yeah. And that's definitely a purchase that's still in my mind that I probably will get once we get back from Toronto. Yeah, once you just have to save for it. Yeah, because that Toronto trip's gonna be expensive. Yeah, vacation's gonna be worth it though. Heck yes, I can't wait. It's on our anniversary. It's gonna be great. How many years now? 8, 9? It'll be 9 years. That's awesome. Yeah, congratulations. Crazy. Yeah, 9 years. And you're still like you're great. As an observational person around you guys, you're such a great couple because you're real. You're like, yeah, we drive each other crazy sometimes, but also we function very well as a team. True. I mean, my favorite is when we're trying to book when we're going to record next, and Andrea like gets the book out because we're both idiots. So we're like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna do this day, and she's like, look at the calendar, and she's got it perfectly mapped out. It's like the greatest yin and yang between the two of you. Well, that's because she also has ADHD, as we talked about last. Yeah. And she needs the calendar to tell her what she needs to do. Yeah. But no, and super supportive too. She's super supportive of the podcast too, which is great. Oh yeah. And it takes a special kind of, and maybe it's not, I'm trying to say this in a well, I'm just going to say it. There are some women who would not be comfortable with their husband recording a podcast with another woman.
Yeah, I
that
totally
is
get
not the vibe at all from you guys at all. And well, there's nothing to worry about also,
Right.
but there never would be in this case. But at the same time, like there are people that would take issue even with the, not so much that they think their husband's going to have an affair or something like that necessarily, but also just the time commitment of doing something like that and how it affects their lives. So like, I'm super appreciative to Andrea for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, and they're definitely not just women, men and women both that are like that. But that's a whole other.
That's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah. This is not one, but my point is that also is what support looks like.
Yes, 100%. To be there and understanding is so good.
Yeah, because your best friend, one of your best friends, is also a woman, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, and who is such a good friend to you that she refuses to friend me on Facebook so as to not increase my number.
Numbers. Good. I appreciate.
And maybe
that.
she also doesn't like me. I have no idea.
But yeah, no, 100%. But I don't know. It's definitely a dynamic we have for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's trust. It's all about trust, right?
Right, and that's another tenet of support.
Yeah.
Because if you don't trust, even if it's your own issues keeping you from trusting somebody, you can't possibly be a supportive person.
100%.
On that note, wow, that got a little heavier than anticipated. I was starting off a little like, oh, okay, so support is good. Good for you guys. Nice podcast.
Super deep.
Yeah.
You got any final thoughts? We'll close this one out. Will be a nice little quick one today.
Well, for anybody who would like to be supportive of me and love me forever, you can find me on the socials. And for anyone that I prefer a man. And I mean, if we're getting really specific, someone between the ages of 38 and 49.
That look like Channing Tatum.
No. That's not that important. No, in all seriousness, where can people find you on socials?
People can find me on @Maritime Brews on all the social medias. Where can people find you?
Caitlin Dean on Facebook, the Caitlin Dean on X, Kate D on Instagram, and you can find us at Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook.
And again, you can go ahead if you wish to donate to us and help us out. Buy me a coffee. The QR will be up here somewhere if you're watching on video, and of course in the description below. And again, we thank you guys for supporting us. Everyone that listens, do appreciate your support as well. It helps us a long way. And of course, if you are listening, you can jump on over to YouTube. We are on YouTube. If you are listening or watching on YouTube, if you can like, share, comment, and subscribe, we definitely appreciate that. It goes a huge way to supporting us. But until next week,
Bye.
Bye.